How you doing? It's Sandesh here, and I'm here to do a video on an article on spikedonline.com. Um, and it's called The Ridiculous Hysteria of Musk's Trump interview. I heard about this. I heard that it was going to be like a live stream chat um, between the ex owner and Trump. And it's not surprising because the left don't like Elon Musk and they don't like Donald Trump, so it's like, what do you expect? Anyway, before we get into the article, if you could follow me on X and subscribe on YouTube on But Not to See, TikTok and BitChute as well, if you don't mind, please. And here we go. After listening to the full 1 hour, 39 minutes of last night's Elon Musk and Donald Trump conversation live streamed on X, I can report that neither of them gleefully plotted to end democracy, institute white supremacy, or remove the right to vote from women, as their more hysterical critic probably thought they might. The thing is, they said Donald Trump was going to do this when he first became president, and he didn't do jack shit. He didn't do none of that bullshit of which they said. He didn't do any of that gaslighting which they tried to accuse him of. Oh, I'm going to leave America when he becomes president. Well, the thing is, you know what? I don't live there, but you don't like America. Fuck off then. In a wide-ranging discussion that touched on everything from how much a human ear bleeds when shot to the fallout from the Fukushima nuclear disaster in Japan in 2011. Sorry about that. I got a bit of a cold. Trump discussed foreign policy, laminated the cost of groceries for wage-earning American families. Most of it was focused on meat and potato issues that affect ordinary people, not just in the US but all over the world. See, this is what I'm saying, man. I really like Donald Trump, man, because the thing is, he showed, even though he's such a rich guy, he actually does care. He does care. What he's done for black people. I'll tell you something now. He's done more for black people than a lot of U.S. presidents have. I'm telling you now, and black people and a ton of black people in America will say the exact same thing. Ex-owner Musk told Trump that he had voted for Barack Obama and had always been moderate, if not slightly left politically, and that he wants to work on alternatives to fossil fuels. Trump repeatedly said that he did not want to start wars and call Vladimir Putin vicious and Zelensky honourable. So we can all calm down, right liberals. Alas, no. That's because Musk is perhaps the only man who generates almost as much deranged, authoritarian, chattering, class loading as the Donald himself. What the hell are you talking about? No, he didn't. What the hell is this whole deranged crap that you accuse Musk of talking about? And Donald and Trump doesn't do that either. This is the one who does. The two that do it is no. Well, the three who do it is Biden, Kamala Harris, and their running mate Waltz. Then them three are just complete idiots. They're like the Three Stooges. They are. This is especially so in the European Union and in the UK at the moment, where Musk has become something of a boogeyman. Indeed, Britain's cultural and political elites seem particularly annoyed by the fact that Musk has the temerity to exercise his free speech on his X platform. They hate the idea that users might read a dissenting tweet from Musk, such as his claim that Britain is heading towards civil war. Well, I don't think he's that wrong. When they would rather we only listen to them. His decision to interview Trump predictably prompted a nuclear-level meltdown. Yesterday, before the interview was streamed, Bruce Daisley, a British former Twitter executive, wrote an extraordinary piece in The Guardian calling for Musk to be arrested if he keeps stirring unrest. But how the hell are you going to be able to arrest him? As the subheading put it, perhaps fear of the unexpected detention will concentrate his mind. Are the editors at The Guardian auditioning for roles as mob hitchmen? Of course they are. The piece didn't just call for Musk's arrest, it actually suggested that Musk is snorting illicit drugs through the night while egging on the British fascists with his pulse. Glancing at Musk's X feed shows him regularly staying up long into the night posting and replying. Daisy wrote, he's been open about the use of ketamine, apparently a medical prescription, while 4 a.m. tweets can be deleted. Real world consequences hang around long after the buzz is gone. Even worse, the letter was sent to Musk ahead of the Trump interview by high ranking EU um, chair Breton. Breton implied that live streaming a convo with Trump could have detrimental effects on civil discourse and public security, and threatened Musk with sanctions under the EU's online censorship law, the Digital Services Act. The political class's desire to suppress figures like Musk and Trump stems from their fear that people might actually want to hear what they have to say. Of course it is. To be fair to his detractors, Trump's turns of phrase can be discoherent, crass, and inelegant. But the thing is, they just don't like the way how Trump talks because Trump, for the most part, is more honest than they are. That's what it is, and he won't be the type of president that they want him to be. He doesn't sound like a statesman. In his conversation with Musk, he called his Democrat rivals dopey suckers and categorized Biden's empty words on Ukraine as stupid threats coming from his stupid face. He also recounted a famous back and forth he had with North Korean leader um, Ch- Kim Jong Un. He said, "I've got a red button on my desk." I said, "I've got a red button on my desk too." Sorry, but my red button is much bigger and it works. And then I called him Little Rocket Man. I get that for the professional managerial class, this all sounds unforgivably gauged, but there are such comments really worth destroying free. But are such comments, really worth destroying free speech and representative democracy over? Anyone is entitled to disagree with Trump's policies, and Americans are free to vote against them. But instead of fighting Trump's policies in open and robust debate, his establishment foes across the West misrepresent, emote, and obfuscate. They make it very difficult to have a sensible discussion about anything, much less government policy. Musk put it best when he said during the interview, "We want safe, clean cities. We want secure borders. We want sensible government spending. We want to restore both the perception, sorry, and reality of respecting our judicial system. Stop the lawfare." He then added, "How are those even right-wing positions? They're not right-wing positions, they're just common sense ones. That's what the public want, and not just in the UK, but even in the US as well. Quite right now, the chattering class hysteria over Trump and Musk is a far greater threat to public discourse and debate than anything either has actually said. We need to let them speak. Exactly. I couldn't agree more. Let them speak. Because people, for the most part, people do like Elon Musk and they like Trump as well. I mean, I like Trump. Um, Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe on this video. And if you could follow me on X and subscribe on YouTube, Rumble and Odyssey, TikTok and BitChute as well, if you don't mind, please. And thanks for watching and I'll see you soon.